Diesel football. Tonight, the boys try to ride out the storm of the Houston Hurricanes. All the excitement and action of IFL football is right here on your Dallas Diesel station, Dallas Community Television.
And good evening and welcome once again to Standridge Stadium in Carrollton Farmers Branch for more minor league football action. The Dallas Diesel tonight take on another metropolitan opponent, this one a little bit from the south, as they entertain the Houston Hurricanes. Robert Eicher along with you once again here on a sunny and warm and humid Saturday evening. Marcus Dixon will be joining me moments from now. Dallas Diesel have gotten things off to a very good start, to say the least, here in the 1997 season. They opened up 2 weeks ago from the time we're taping this with a resounding 46-6 victory over the Oklahoma Bad Boys. Last week, the Tarrant County Diablos, neighbors just to the southwest, came here, and the Tarrant County Diablos also went down to defeat. 26-6 was the score in that game. Tonight, the Houston Hurricanes come here to Standridge Stadium, try to put a loss up on the column for the Dallas Diesel. Dallas Diesel, though, looking to defend their home turf once again. And they come out tonight in their blue and silver and red uniforms. They will be looking for victory number 3. Only moments from now, we should have the toss of tonight's coin to get things started up here. And Marcus, looks like once again we could be headed for more excitement here from Standridge.
It looks like we're going to have a great time. If you guys are ready to rumble, we're ready to rumble. It looks like the Dallas Diesel is set and ready to do the coin toss. The coin is going to be tossed by the mayor of Farmers Branch, and then he'll be coming up doing the guest speak for us. Maybe we'll catch him at halftime. Now see, this looks like this would be the week, Richard, if it's all right with you, but this week will be the week that we look at a team or a horse of a different color. Last week, we had a team that was a little disarray when they came to play us. We had to help them in certain ways, but we still had a game go off. The week before that, we had a team here from Oklahoma that we defeated 46-6, but at the same time, they bragged to not have brought the majority of their team. This week, we got the Houston Hurricanes in town. The Houston Hurricanes have come in town with a great-looking bus, and the bus was full. They brought some fans with them, and they're ready to play football.
And there you just saw Brian Dobson, 16, listed as a punter, as some of the fans late in arriving. We're just about 15 minutes away from kickoff here. Brian Dobson, 16, the punter. He was joined out on the field by Corey Harper, number 12.
Still with about 16 minutes and 15 seconds left before the coin toss, then we're going to have a lot of strategy being thought over. In talking to the coach this week down at for the Dallas, the head coach, Joel, talking to Joel, the head coach, then he was stating that we ought to be watching today because they've got some tricks up their sleeves and they're ready to play. Look like the stands are starting to fill up a little bit here also. People coming from everywhere, and they're coming to watch a good football game.
I think most of the fans probably expected some of that nice weather we had earlier in the week to continue. Today decided to warm up a little bit. As I was on my way down here, they said it was still about 80 degrees. Well, it felt like a pretty warm 80. I think some of that humidity returned, whereas earlier in the week we were down close to the 60-degree mark at night, and so it was very nice.
It's a beautiful day this week. We've had great weather in the 60s at night and in the 80s during the day, so everything's been pretty fantastic here. It's great for football. We're looking at one thing that I want to let everybody know is started off this morning pretty much cool. I had my convertible down on my car, wind blowing in the air, and I was just enjoying the day. Then it turned in, there's the mayor there, ready to get the coin, talking to the officials and sitting on the field, along with the president of the Dallas Diesel and a couple of officials. We got James Hawkins talking to the mayor of Farmers Branch and being introduced to a couple of other people here that works for the Dallas Diesel. Ready to make the coin toss. Doesn't he look good?
Yeah.
Watching his clock, ready for the game to get started. He seemed to be pretty excited about it also. Of course, I did mention that he will be up here for the for a guest speaker for us if we can get him in here to talk for a second, which he's already consent to, so we'll be okay.
Well, I guess whenever you're the mayor, you're usually a very busy man. That's why I kept watching the watch there.
Well, they're showing Neil Blanchard right now on the field. I guess he's getting himself prepared, getting his balls out so that he can get a few kicks in. Also, we're looking also at the, what was I getting ready to say? Oh, yeah, the starters this game. Okay, for the Dallas Diesel, we'll have the starters here. So if you want to go ahead and read that for me, Rich.
Well, a lot of the key players on defense will be some of the ones that we've seen over the last couple of weeks. Anthony Hayes, Marcus Compton, Oliver Williams, and Joe Davis will get the start in the secondary. Linebackers will be Donnie McDowell wearing the big 54. He will be joined by Albert Jones. Some of the defensive linemen will include Big Tiger Towns, number 99, Greg Peace, David Wilcox, and James Walton. Kicker's getting warmed up here, it looks like, and just talking about that Dallas Diesel defense, they've come up big here in the first two games, really keeping the opponents off the scoreboard. Tiger Towns and Donnie McDowell, just two names that jump right out at you. Some of the guys that we've called a lot. We've seen them in on a lot of tackles and a lot of big plays.
Well, Donnie, Tiger Towns and McDowell were in a sense, co-defensive players of the week a couple of weeks ago and last week, from what I understand. We had a good offensive player of the week, last week. I mean, we chose it, so in watching it, we understand that we know what we like. Tiger Towns and them are expecting to have an excellent game today. They're hoping that, like last week, that the linebackers don't have to work hardly at all. The defensive line held everyone, all of the Diablos, to a negative offensive game, which we don't have the numbers right now, but I guess later on in the game we'll get it, or during the week the league has it. But held them to a negative game, keeping them from being able to get even out of their own side of the field, out of their own territory, without penalty. See, this week I was hoping, and I've talked to the coach, and he explained to me that he will be working on the penalties this week.
Penalties, one of the few things the Dallas Diesel has done wrong. They were hurt by penalties a couple of times last week, hurt in terms of field position maybe, but their defense might have given up those penalty yards, but they certainly did not break as they kept their opponents out of the end zone for the most part over the first 2 weeks of the season. James Hawkins, as you see there, talking things over with Corey Harper. Corey Harper will be added to this kicking unit for the Dallas Diesel, at least tonight.
Corey Harper, I was watching him early in practice, and Corey Harper has a nice foot. He kicks just as well as Neil Blanchard. They both were kicking 50-yard field goals, I guess, trying each other out, see who can do what. But at the same time, there's your officials. Don't have names for the officials here for the game, but they look like they're pretty well together and prepared to call the game. The head official, we ought to be able to get the names by half and give them something to work with. This is a nice field. I think Standridge Stadium for the Dallas Diesel is excellent to be playing.
Certainly is nice. They have an artificial surface here, which so far helps, I guess, in terms of the quickness, which the Dallas Diesel certainly have quickness on both sides of the ball. Talked before about having some rain here, rain in early August, which we hadn't had rain in probably a month here in North Texas. Just torrential rains over parts of Denton County, and I'm sure that spread down here to this area as well. And doesn't seem to have affected things there. Apparently Standridge Stadium also well drained, and the AstroTurf looks like it should be ready to play.
Yeah, well, it's dry enough, and I think it does have a bit of a mound on it in order to, the mound in the center causes the water to drift to the sides. Got a little ball boy out there helping him.
Yep.
Yeah, so Corey Harper is getting ready to try and attempt a 30-yard field goal. And from my side, it looks no good.
Just a little bit short there.
He'll get some foot into it because he's good at it.
Harper ready to find out exactly how good a shape that AstroTurf is in.
Okay, we also have the starters for the offense right now. The starters of the offense will be Edward Randolph, number 8 at Goldman at quarterback, at 6 foot tall, 215 pounds from Roosevelt High. We have number 22, Jarvis Williams, running back, 5'10", 220 pounds from Navarro Junior College. Number 24, Kelly Yancey, running back, 6 foot, 225 pounds. He had a little professional try or professional play at the New York Jets. We have number 44, Jarvis Harden, running back at 6 foot tall, 250 pounds from Grambling. Played under Eddie Robinson. We have number 75, Robert Vasquez, an offensive guard and center from 6'4" from at 325 pounds from Texas A&M Commerce. And also we have 72, Andy Martinez, offensive guard, 6'2", 310 pounds from New Mexico State. We have number 74, Jesse Palacios, offensive tackle, 6'5", 315 pounds from Southeast Oklahoma State. We have number 77, Tim Vitito, offensive tackle from 6'5", 365 pounds from Southeast Oklahoma State. We have number 80, Ray McGrow, wide receiver, 5'10", 185 pounds from at a European league. Number 81, Jackie Bridges, wide receiver, 5'9", 160 pounds from Upper Iowa State. And kicking, we have number 12, Corey Harper, and number 11, Neil Blanchard. With that offensive starting line and that offensive kickoff, we might be able to have an excellent game against the other two teams.
And it looks like we should be about ready for the coin toss now. Representing the Dallas Diesel as captains will be 56, James Walton, defensive end, and number 11, the kicker, Neil Blanchard. Representing the Houston Hurricanes as captains will be 31, Treyon Simmons, 39, Mark Daniels. They will be joined by 21, Thurman Frank, and number 12, Chapel Love. Corey Harper, number 12, also will be representing the Dallas Diesel at midfield. And as we get ready to go for the coin toss, we will send you down to the field and get things underway here tonight.
All right, why don't you come on down here, Mr. Mayor? We got the Mayor Carrollton who's going to toss the coin this week. All right, you guys are the visitors. I'd like for you to call it in the air. Okay, when it hits the gas, when it hits the ground, we'll determine the winner. All right, go ahead, Mr. Mayor.
An Amtrak passenger train derailed carrying 300 people. Amtrak claimed the uncle wouldn't get into the possible cause.
You want the ball. What goal would you like to defend? All right, put your backs here. Blue, white, put your backs here.
The uncle says 75 people were sent to hospital.
All right, guys, shake hands. We ready to play football.
It looks like the Dallas Diesel the Dallas Diesel will be defending. The Houston Hurricanes have won the toss and they elect to receive. They'll be the Dallas Diesel that decided to defend the North Gold, and the Diesel will be receiving the ball in the South. Once again, the Dallas Diesel defense that will be starting. For the Dallas Diesel, you have number 4, Anthony Hayes, strong safety, 6'1", 215 pounds from Texas A&I. We have number 7, Marcus Compton, a cornerback, 5'11", 205 pounds from Northwest Oklahoma State. We have number 26, Oliver Williams, a free safety, 6'1", 180 pounds from Iowa Wesley. We have number 30, Joe Davis at cornerback, 5'10", 170 pounds from the University of Hawaii. We have number 5, Chris Posey, defensive tackle, 6'3", 250 pounds from the Air Force. We have number 54, Donnie McDowell, linebacker, 5'11", 220 pounds from O.D. Wyatt High School here in Dallas, Texas. We have number 56, James Walton, defensive end, 6'4", 255 pounds from Norfolk State. We have 58, Albert Jones at linebacker, 6 foot tall, 240 pounds from the Texas Rampage. We have number 92, Cedric Wilcox, a defensive tackle at 6'6", 320 pounds from the Metro Magic. We have number 93, Greg Peace, defensive end, 6'2", 250 pounds from Southwest Oklahoma State. And number 99, Tiger Towns, defensive tackle, 6'4", 300 pounds from UNLV.
And I just saw Big Tiger and a couple of his defensive mates headed onto the field. Dallas Diesel in blue are ready to get things underway, and they will do so when we come back. We hope you'll join us. It's right after this.
Most of us feel pretty safe when we're at work. But every year, highway and utility workers are injured or killed on the job. That's because drivers aren't careful and don't slow down when they approach work zones. Think about it. How would you like it if someone drove through your workplace at 65 miles an hour? Work zone crews are just doing their job. Give us a break. Our lives depend on it.
Doers. People who do something with their lives. They're hidden in small towns, thriving in big cities. Some have the most stuff, some have the least. They're born into sturdy houses and single-parent homes. Doers know no gender, and the only race that counts is the one that's being run. Doing something with your life, it's not about where you come from. It's about where you're headed.
The Navy encourages you to rise to the challenge.
Just a little piece of paper. But this card from the Boys and Girls Clubs has kept millions of young people off drugs, out of gangs, and in school. It's only a little piece of paper. It tells every kid who carries it that someone cares about what they do with their lives. You know, every day another 300 kids join the club, but there are thousands more who need help. Find out how you can put this card in the hands of a child and change that child's life. It's up to us. Support the Boys and Girls Clubs.
Dallas Diesel looking to go 3-0 to start the 1997 season as they entertain the Houston Hurricanes tonight here from Standridge Stadium. This game brought to you by DCTV, as all of the Dallas Diesel home games have been and will be this year. We are glad to have you aboard. Marcus Dixon is to my right. I'm Robert Eicher, back with you for another week. And Marcus, looks like the sun is going to stick around for a little while longer. It's warm, it's humid, and should be pretty good weather for football.
Well, this is good weather. This is football weather, and as they say here down in Texas, Texas is the place where we think that we all play football. Everyone plays football. You want to take basketball, baseball, everywhere else, but the state of Texas is a football state. It's a beautiful day for football. The turf is a little warm, but that's okay, because if they're down there playing, they'll be scoring and winning.
Well, I just now said it should be pretty good weather for football. I don't know, I think I said one of our earlier cable casts here that I kind of like some of those late September, October games a little bit better. It gets a little bit cooler. You can really go all out, don't have to worry about the heat so much.
Well, when I was playing, I always enjoyed a little cool weather, but then I hated the cold weather. Being from Kansas City, I played high school football in Kansas City, and the football season, sometimes the games on Saturdays, it was 10, 15 below zero wind chill factor. Now, anybody in Texas that plays football would love to play it in the weather that we're playing now. Rather be hot than to be cold. It may be a little hot on the turf down there, but being an ex-ball player, I can enjoy it.
So the Dallas Diesel certainly look like they are ready to go. Handshakes all around.
It looks like the fellas are ready.
And over on the far side, the Houston Hurricanes huddling up. Pretty basic color code. They will be dressed all in white, orange lettering and socks. Dallas Diesel, blue shirts, blue pants, white letters trimmed in red, which hopefully should be a little bit easier to see tonight. And of course they have those new shiny silver helmets. Blanchard and the kickoff team in there getting final instructions. Like Donnie McDowell there trying to get one of his teammates fired up. Shouldn't be hard to do, especially not when the Dallas Diesel undefeated on the season so far. Diesel will break the huddle first and take the field. Now the Houston Hurricanes come out. Blanchard has the ball on the tee at the 30-yard line, and we should be ready to go here very shortly. Back deep to receive for the Houston Hurricanes, 30, Donald Lewis. He'll be joined by number 1, Kerry Henderson. Blanchard with the ball on the tee now. Official getting everybody ready, and we should be ready to go here in just a moment. Blanchard tees it up, and we're underway. Taken and fumbled by Lewis, now picking it up off the turf and running forward for a very short gain. It was actually Thurman Frank who was able to scoop that one up after it had gone through the hands of Donald Lewis. They'll spot that one at about the 26-yard line. Houston Hurricanes will begin there to open up tonight's play. Dallas Diesel very excited about that one.
That was an excellent tackle for Joe Davis, number 30 of the Dallas Diesel. The guy had found a little seam and it closed real quick. That was an excellent tackle. One-on-one tackle by Mr. Joe Davis. Now, if the Dallas Diesel have done their job for this weekend, what they'll do is they'll set up a good 5-2 front, and they'll be playing defense with penalty-free.
Chapel Love, number 12, the quarterback, under center on 1st and 10. Fires complete far side to Henderson, forced out of bounds after what appears to be a negative gain. They're going to spot this one back on the other side of the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 11.
Yes, 58 Albert Jones was right there on the tackle to cause him to go out of bounds, and it looks like number 29 Isaac Jackson, the cornerback, was also in on the play.
So they're actually going to list this now a 2nd down and a long 11. Call it 12. As Hurricanes break the huddle this time and come to the line. Full house backfield behind Love. Single wide receiver. Now Henderson breaks from the backfield, goes in motion. Going to be a quick inside handoff to the near side. Dallas Diesel all over it.
They gang tackled on that play right there. Number 26, number 99 Tiger Towns was in on the play. Number 26 Oliver Williams was in on the play. Albert Jones, the linebackers are finally getting an opportunity to get in on the downs. The Houston Hurricanes they practice well. They look like they won't be shaken easily. But this is also a excellent defensive squad, the Dallas Diesel.
Henderson, Frank in the backfield. Now they break from the full set. Henderson goes in motion far side. Handoff coming back to the near side once again. And for the second straight time, the Dallas Diesel defense is there to snuff it out.
Yes, number 56, James Walton, and Tiger Towns in on the tackle again. Now they're at fourth down, and Tiger Towns playing an excellent defensive end and down lineman. And James Walton in on the tackle, playing an excellent position at linebacker, reading the holes and hitting the plays.
So this game starting out just like the previous two have. Dallas Diesel defense making the opponents move nowhere but backwards. Punt is up and away off the far side. The up man has to take it. Puts it on the turf, but recovered quickly by Marcus Compton.
It looked like that what he was attempting to do, number one, Jimmy Hooker, was attempting to do on the play was pitch the ball, get a run going, and then pitching to number 7, Marcus Compton. And Marcus was like expecting the ball, but he just threw the ball completely straight up in the air and it hit the turf. It was heads-up football by Marcus Compton to get down on the ball and recover it. But as of last week, just like the week before, the Dallas Diesel has an excellent field position, ready to play football.
Yes, they do. You see them marked just shy of midfield. They'll start from their own 47-yard line. The man under center is number 9, Terrence Randolph. Handoff goes to the first man through. It looks like Charles Jenkins.
No,
beg your pardon, yeah, it was 44, Jarvis Williams.
Yeah, Jarvis Harden. Jarvis Harden or Williams?
That would be Jarvis Harden.
Yeah, Jarvis Harden had gotten, well, at least he picked up 4 yards on the play. It was a straight-up, heads-up, straight blocking football. That's the kind of football that they need to start the game off with. Move down the field, and they're in excellent field position. They're at the 50-yard line just a little bit in the territory of the Houston Hurricanes.
Well, now both of the Jarvises are in the backfield. And this time it's Williams who gets the handoff on the counter play, going to the far side. Had room for a moment there. Still turns out to be a nice gain as he will get close to the first down marker. Going to bring up third down and very short for the Dallas Diesel.
It looks like about third down and 1 yard. It could have been broken open a little bit more had we gotten some blocking from the wide receiver on that side of the field, because he was downfield, and the strong safety came up to cause him to lose his footing, or the corner came up to lose his footing. So had Ray McGrow gotten a shoulder on the defensive corner, then it probably would have broke for a touchdown.
Now they move into an I formation. Kelly Yancey, 24, dots the I, but it's going to be Randolph sneaking ahead. He should have the first down.
He has the first down. That was an excellent call from the I formation, quarterback sneak. If you notice, we've seen 3 different formations now. We've seen a full backfield. We've seen a pro right formation, then an I formation.
So the Dallas Diesel mixing it up on offense. Proved to be successful for them so far, as they will start now from the 42-yard line on 1st and 10. Jarvis Harden is directly behind Randolph in the backfield. Now Yancey comes in to dot the I. Williams in a slot to the near side. Randolph wants to throw for the first time tonight. Has a man down the field, and he overshot him.
That was an excellent pass pattern by Ray McGrow. Ray McGrow had gotten the ball, gotten out there, was able to get the ball. Had the quarterback been able to lob it over, it would have fallen right into his arms. The man runs nice pass patterns. That was an excellent call for the offensive coordinator on the first down, from a first down, 1st and 10. Considering the fact that they had been using the last 4 downs to get the first by motoring the ball straight across the field and across the defensive line.
2nd and 10 now for Terrence Randolph and the Dallas Diesel. 4 wide receivers, Harden the lone setback. They will run out of this formation as Harden gets the call. tries the other side of the line, ramped up immediately. There for Houston, 31, Treon Simmons. Ryan Wallace